Hello, everyone. I'm going to begin today by reading you something that I just wrote. That way you can understand this message a little better. Dear viewers, I want to begin by saying that this has been the most difficult message to put together. It has been like a puzzle piece. I am trying my best to deliver to you what He has placed upon me. I am not perfect. I may make mistakes, so again, I encourage you to do your own research and studying of the Bible. I'm just sharing with you my observance of what is currently going on in our world, as you know, right now. A reminder to please watch our videos in order because one message leads to another, and you may not understand something that I reference back to if you have not seen the messages before them. And I want all viewers to fully understand the messages as He gives them to me. And I say that with the utmost respect. All right, today's story is called The White Winged Messenger is Set Free. We're going to be in Genesis 7 and 8, the whole chapters, and then 9 and 13, and Psalms 85, 1 through 13, Romans 11, 25 through 26, Matthew 23 and 33, and then 1 Thessalonians. You to read to yourself that chapter, you'll be on your own. So we're going to begin here in Genesis 7. Genesis 7. And the Lord said unto Noah, Come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteous before me in this generation. Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by sevens, the male and his female, and of beasts that are not clean by two, the male of his female, of fowls also of the air by sevens, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of the earth, all the earth. So, we know animals are 2 by 2, male and female. Clean animals are 7, and the fowl of the air are 7. For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. So he gives Noah a 7-day warning. And every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth. And Noah did according all that the Lord commanded him. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth. And Noah went in, and his sons and his wife, and his sons' wives with him into the ark because of the waters of the flood. And so Noah's family, his wife, 3 sons, and 3 daughter-in-laws equals the 8 souls that was saved by water. And that was in the baptism story. Of clean beasts and of beasts that are not clean, and of fowls, and of everything that creepeth upon the earth, there went in 2 by 2 unto Noah into the ark, the male and the female, as God had commanded Noah. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, the 17th day of the month, the same day, were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of the heaven were opened. So that's how all the water got to be on the earth. Can y'all imagine the windows of heaven and open up? And the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. In the selfsame day entered Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives and his sons with them, into the ark. They and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl after his kind, every bird of every sort. And they went in unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2, of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. So that's where he's saying he's going to save them. And they that went in male and female of all flesh, as God had commanded him, and the Lord shut him in. And the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased and bare up the ark, and it was lift up above the earth. And the waters prevailed and were increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark went upon the face of the waters. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heaven were covered. 15 cubits upward did the waters prevail, and the mountains were covered. And all flesh died that moved upon the earth, bold or both of fowl and of cattle and of beasts, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, and every man. And y'all just mentioned, I'm just mentioning, he didn't say anything about the water. So did everything in the water survive? All in whose nostrils was the breath of life of all that was in the dry land died. So there again. And every living substance was destroyed, which was upon the face of the ground, both man and cattle, and the creeping things, and the fowl of the heaven. And they were destroyed from the earth, and Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark. And the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days. So, and God remembered Noah and everything living. And God remembered Noah and every living thing and all the cattle that was with him in the ark. And God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters assayed, or however you say that word. I'm sorry, y'all. The fountains also of the deep and the windows of the heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained. So a wind came that God made, it passed over, the water stopped coming, the fountains and the heaven, windows and heavens are closed. So the waters returned from off the earth continually, and after the end of the 150 days, the water were abated, and abated means it subsided, pulled back, stopped. And the ark rested in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat. And this is going to be important in a little bit. And the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the 1st day of the month, were the tops of the mountain seen. And it came to pass at the end of the 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made, and he set forth a raven, which went forth to and fro until the waters were dried up off of the earth. Also he sent forth a dove from him to see if the waters were abated from off the face of the ground. But the dove found no rest for the sole of her foot, and she returned unto him unto the ark, for the waters were on the face of the whole earth. Then he put forth his hand and took her, and pulled her in unto him until the ark. And he stayed yet other 7 days, and again he set forth the dove out of the ark. And the dove came in to him in the evening, and lo, in her mouth was an olive leaf, pluck it off. So Noah knew that the waters were abated from off the earth. So just a little recap. So after 40 days, the ark rested on the mountains of Ararat. And after 40 days, Noah opened the window. He sent out the raven, which went back and forth until the waters were dried up. He sent out a dove. She returned because she couldn't land. And then he sent out a dove again 7 days later, and she returned with an olive plucket. And he stayed yet another 7 days, and sent forth the dove, which returned not again unto him any more. So stayed in the ark another 7 days, sent the dove out again, and she did not return. So to me, that means she was set free. You got to think of it in the different ways. And it came to pass in the 601st year, in the 1st month, the 1st day of the month, which I think is what he is referring to as the physical year. We work in the January to December calendar. I think they were in the physical year, and that would be October in most things modern day these days, October to the end of September. The waters were dried up off the earth, and Noah removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. And in the 2nd month, on the 27th day of the month, was the earth dried. And there's the 7 and 27, so the 2 number, and the 7 and 7. And God spake unto Noah, saying, Go forth of the ark, thou and thy wife and thy sons, and thy sons' wives and thee, and bring forth with thee every living thing that is with thee, of all flesh, both the fowl and of the cattle, and every creeping thing, that creepeth upon the earth. that they may breed abundantly in the earth, and be fruitful and multiply upon the earth. And Noah went forth, and his son and his wife and his sons' wives with him, every beast, every creeping thing, and every fowl, and whatsoever creepeth upon the earth after their kinds went forth out of the ark. And Noah built an altar unto the Lord, and took of every clean beast and of every clean fowl, and offered burnt offerings of the altar. And the Lord smelled a sweet savor. And the Lord said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground any more for man's sake. For the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth. Neither will I again smite any more everything living as I have done. While the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. And so he's saying, talking about the seasons there. So Genesis 9 and 13, I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. So he promised never to flood the earth again, and it is symbolized with rain plus the bow equals rainbow. Then he led me to Psalms 85, and this is the puzzle that came into part today that took me a long time to come up with, so y'all please bear with me. So, Lord, thou hast been favorable unto my land. Thou hast brought back the captivity of Jacob. So, captivity, if you look it up, God restored Jacob. And Jacob, if you look at throughout the Bible, equals Israel. So Israel regained its sovereignty, y'all, on May the 14th of 1948. Thou hast forgiven the iniquity of thy people. Thou hast covered all their sin. And Selah. That word it means an experience takes place, and we should take a sacred pause to understand what has just happened. So Israel gained its sovereignty in 1948. Thou hast taken away all thy wrath. Thou hast turned thyself from the fierceness of thine anger. So he's taken away wrath. Turn us, O God, of our salvation, and cause thine anger towards us to cease. So our salvation, and he was telling us to get ready for it with how to fix our relationship with him. Wilt thou be angry with us forever? Wilt thou draw out thine anger to all generations? And I've been telling y'all, he's speaking to our generation. Is he going to be angry with us forever? Wilt thou not revive us again, that thy people may rejoice in thee? What's going on all over the world, y'all? Revival is going on everywhere. Show us thy mercy, O Lord, and grant us thy salvation. So show us mercy. Noah's Ark, these days and times, has just been found in April of 2026. He's trying to show us. And grant us our salvation. How do we get salvation? I will hear what God the Lord will speak, for he will speak peace unto his people, and do his saints, but let them not turn again to folly. So hear what the Lord has got to speak, and don't be foolish. Surely his salvation is high, them that fear him, that glory may dwell in our land. Glory may dwell in our land. Mercy and truth are met together. Righteousness and peace have kissed each other. Righteousness is in heaven, and peace have kissed each other. He's saying it's coming time, and you can also, they're calling this the peace war with Trump and everything. You know, we're in war with Israel in February of 2026. Truth shall spring out of the earth, and righteousness shall look down from heaven. So when I was studying about the Noah's Ark that was just found in April of 2026, they're saying that they've got to have truth, that's what it is. and truth shall spring out of the earth. Right now it's buried. Yea, the Lord shall give that which is good, and our land shall yield her increase. What that is meaning is, or what I think it's meaning, let me say that, I don't want to put words in, I'm just saying that's what I take it. So, Romans 11:25, for I would not, brethren, that ye should be ignorant of this mystery. We just left the mystery. Lest ye should be wise in your own conceits, that blindness is happened to Israel until the fullness of the Gentiles be come in. So that is saying that Israel has been blind and that the Gentiles be come in. This is something that was, to be foretold. And so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written, thou shalt come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob. So something is going to happen to restore that spiritual restoration with Israel's relationship with God, just like he gave them their sovereignty in 1948. And so I'm showing you this. This is just my notes, y'all. I'm not claiming to know anything. This is just something that I put together while putting this puzzle. Israel regained sovereignty May the 14th of 1948. God works by sevens. So the days is 7 plus 7 is 14, May the 14th. Years is 1948 plus 77 years is 2025. The physical year would be 2026. We're at war with Israel. Noah's Ark has been found. So are we in the 7-year tribulation? That is just what he had me put on this paper. That's what I figured out. I'm not saying that I know anything. I'm just saying, we've got to watch for signs. And that is exactly what, because if you do Noah and the ark story and Jacob equals Israel, it's a mystery. The fullness of the Gentiles in Israel shall be saved. And then Matthew 23 and 33, which I'm about to read, is the escape, set free. Ye serpents, ye generation of vipers, how can ye escape the damnation of hell? So that's what he led me to. And then, if you go to 1 Thessalonians, it talks about watching for the signs of end times. It's not talking about necessarily dates. We will know the season we're in. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not claiming to know anything with this date. I'm just saying I think that we are in the 7-year tribulation period that has began because of these numbers that are going on. But you are to read 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 on your own, and it speaks about how you're supposed to watch for signs because they will be here. Also, I'm going to include these. It's talking about the finding of Noah's Ark in April of 2026 near the mountains of Ararat. And where did it say that Noah's Ark landed? On the mountain of Ararat. We have had lots of signs going on, and we had a very rare double rainbow with the moon in between, and all that has happened this year. And how does God work with his stuff? 2 by 2. So we got 2 rainbows with a moon, not the sun, y'all. That's different. And then this is information about Israel regaining its sovereignty May the 14th of 1948. So I will post these notes as I always do. I hope y'all enjoyed the message. Again, make sure that you go do your own research, and I hope that this message has blessed you. And y'all have a God bless day.